I'm here with David from Signs of the Swarm. They're currently touring across North America, so you definitely don't want to miss their shows. I'm going to have all the dates in the description of this video. But first of all, welcome to the channel. It's been a long time since we've talked.
Yeah, thanks for having me again, dude. It's awesome. Really stoked to be on tour again.
Speaking of being on tour again, I feel like every time that I blink, you guys are on a new tour package, you're hitting a new city, you're in a new continent. Are you making up for lost time?
Trying to, and honestly, like, we just got to keep striving, to keep pushing. We have a dream to get to, and there's a lot of hard work that we got to put into it, and we're trying to put our best into it to get there, you know?
Is it difficult for you guys to consistently be on the road as often as you guys have been lately, or are you becoming a little bit more used to living off of your suitcase?
We're all used to living on the suitcases. It's just getting harder, like, family wise, you know what I mean? Like, everybody's missing their families, their kid, their significant others, you know what I mean? Like, missing a lot of, like, important events and stuff, and our families and our loved ones understand completely, but it's definitely getting tougher in that department of things, like the emotional side. Physical side, no one's stopping us, dude. You know?
You know, you guys have been touring all over the place. I saw you guys in April, I believe, at Inferno. You guys were touring in Europe with Cattle Decapitation. Yeah. Now you're touring here on a headlining tour. I mean, you guys are taking over a continent at a time. But how was that experience there in Europe with Cattle versus, for example, now a tour like this where you guys are headlining?
Well, touring with Cattle Decapitation has been a dream of mine because Travis has been an idol of mine since, I can't even remember, dude. You know what I mean? So, like, just having that surreal moment of being like, yo, I'm opening up for him, like, you know what I mean? Like, and it was really great, but I am very excited to be doing my own headline. It's the first time in years that we did a proper headline with a stacked lineup. And I'm just so grateful to be where I am right now. In comparison, though, this is really amazing because I know every band on this bill. I'm friends with every single person, and this is just a straight homie fest. It's awesome. You know, I've never had that experience. It's always like meeting someone new, becoming friends with them, or building a respect for each other type deal, you know what I mean? And this time it's just like everybody's just like, yo, what's up, dude? You know, how you been? You know, it's sick. It's awesome.
I got that vibe once the tour was announced and I started looking at the lineup, and I feel like you guys just called all your buddies, all your friends, like, who's available? Let's hit the road.
That's pretty much it, dude. Like, we just kept calling everybody. We made a nice little short list and just oh, you're busy? All right, next time maybe, you know what I mean? And just ended up getting a fantastic lineup that has been crushing all throughout the first week of this tour.
You mentioned Travis and how you look up to him, but there's a lot of guys out there looking up to you and everything that Signs has done over the years. When you go on a tour like this where you're the headlining band, do you offer some words of advice to some of the younger bands hitting the road with you guys?
Absolutely. My thing is that I appreciated any vocalist that has ever spoken to me while I was in the come up. I have a hard time accepting the fact that people like idolize me and look up to me in this way. It's just a reality that I have a hard time grasping. I don't know why. But anytime anybody talks to me about vocals, ask me any advice, I give them anything I can, but I'd rather just give it to them in person. A lot of people ask me on the internet and stuff, and I'm just like, no, like, just come to a show, come talk to me. We'll talk in person, you know? But, like, the bands I'm touring with, everybody's like vetted in. A lot of people are asking me how I'm playing 17 songs on this tour. And honestly, I don't even know how I'm doing it.
I was going to ask you, how the hell are you doing that?
Honestly, dude, intimidation, fear, it's driving me. There are moments where, like, I have to completely calculate every motion that I have so I don't overstrain my body. And I am very proud of me and my camp. Everybody has fought tooth and nail to get this set down, you know? A lot of Carl being a newer guy, learning the older songs and diving into that discography really opened up a flower for him, really. It was really awesome to see, actually. But yeah.
And when you're looking at a set like that, a deep set like that, on a deep tour run like this, do you have any things that you do to keep your voice fresh, or you try not to speak during the shows? Like, is there anything that you do that works good for you?
Like I said this before, and I'll say it again. Kyle Mendina from Body Snatcher gave me the best advice I've ever gotten in my life, and he said to stop thinking about it so much, idiot. And I hold on to that every day, because the more I think about it, the worse it gets. There are like instances where like if I do feel strained, I'll be like, hey guys, I'm taking a couple hours out. I'm gonna be in the RV, or I'll be in the van. I'm gonna go drink a lot of water, hydrate myself up, take an ibuprofen maybe. But like for the most part, that's about it. A lot of stretching though, to like kind of keep it from not overstraining itself, because my body is my instrument, and it's got to maintain it, and I kind of stick to the same routine, you know what I mean? Like if I like say if I go out and eat pasta or eat pizza, it'll ruin me all the acidity stuff whenever I stay on this certain meal plan as I'm going, you know what I mean? Like a lot of French fries and chicken salad.
I was expecting you to say by the end of the tour, I'm wearing an ascot, smoking a pipe, drinking Earl Grey.
No, I'm smoking the pipe, but no Earl Grey. I'll drink like some hot water. You know, the caffeine and stuff kind of like it affects me differently than some others. Even though I'll like drink like 30 Red Bulls throughout the day before I do it, but I hydrate before that. So I try to stick away from the caffeine stuff. I just know how it reacts to me, you know what I mean? And that's the biggest advice I could give to anybody. Learn your body.
You've been in the game for a long time, so you've seen bands come and go. You've seen genres reach certain peaks and then kind of fall flat. What's your take on the state of the scene currently?
I believe that it is at a very strong, thriving point. I believe every band in the scene is doing their own to kind of create new pathways for everybody to kind of go on. I believe that our industry is going to become more mainstream soon. Well, whenever I say our industry, I mean like the death metal, deathcore, hardcore, metalcore. I'm starting to hear like Bad Omens on the radio, dude. You know what I mean? And like Code Orange on the radio, like that. Like I would have never thought that in my life. You know what I mean? Like, and I just really believe that we're like kind of breaking through the threshold of like being accepted past underground. You know, and I do believe that it's just going to continue to keep going that way if the bands that are doing what they're doing continue to keep doing what they're doing, you know?
So is there a possibility of one day Signs of the Storm doing a halftime show at the Super Bowl?
If I did, it'd be for the Steelers only, baby.
Wow, you would put your own parameters.
Yep, that's the only way. Steelers only, baby.
I love the fact that it's like, who gives a shit about the halftime show? Unless it's the Steelers, I'm not going.
That's what I'm saying. Hometown, baby. Let's go. Black and gold.
That is freaking great. I really appreciate you saying that about the scene, because I see more bands coming up, and I see bands that have been around for a long time also like extending a hand to those bands coming up, and I think you need that in order for the scene to continue to thrive.
Yeah, I feel like that everybody needs to help each other, and I feel like whenever the egos kind of get eliminated, and whenever people are just like, hey, we are making an amazing tour, let's go do this, let's create these moments. I believe that is the formula that will bring more success to our industry. I'm seeing it become more of a norm, you know? A couple of years ago, it was a lot of dick measuring. Sorry for my language, but yeah, like, it's just everybody had a really inflated ego whenever truly, like, it's not that big of a market, you know what I mean, to have an ego as big as it is. But like, that's here and there, you know. But like, I believe that if we continue to work with each other and keep pushing forward, that our genre and the whole industry of like the heavy side of music can thrive so much more.
When you look at your performances live, you're obviously seeing songs that work better than others. It's always going to be the case. There's going to be songs that are going to hit a little bit home. And then you see at what other bands are doing. When you go into the studio, how much of that do you take in? Your own performances on the road, the songs that work, and also what everybody else is kind of leading the way with?
See, I try to focus on what we did last and how I can make it better. That's how Bobby and I have been going ever since I joined the band with Vital Deprivation. We did an assessment on ourselves, and we're like, okay, these are the parts that trended, got the best stats. And then we wrote Pernicious with that information, and then it did well. And then we wrote the collection after that, and it did better. You know what I mean? And then Absolvir came around, and then that record popped off and took us all over the world. Almost toured 3/4 of the year, dude. You know what I mean? And it's like with that formula that we've been doing, our sound has been changing as we've been like growing and listening to like different things. Like as we're experiencing, we're going all over the world, hearing all these new things all the time. Like in our new single, I don't know when you're going to release this, but in our new single, we took some Asian culture and implemented it into our music. And it's really fucking cool. You know what I mean? And like it's stuff like where we feel like that it was so evil that it had to be in a metal song. You know what I mean? And we don't think anyone's ever done anything like that, except like maybe adding like a like the hentai voices or for sound clips or something. That's cool. You know what I mean? But trying to do something fucking different, you know?
Do you feel like deathcore, like you mentioned, deathcore, hardcore, metalcore, all of these, death metal as well, do you feel like you guys have reached a point where there's no ceiling, there's no cap on what fans expect you to do, that you have a lot more room to kind of go as you please?
I can only speak for myself because it might be different for some other bands. I believe that our fans like what we do, and they like how we give them variety, and it's not the same thing. I have fans that tell me that they like 2 songs on my new record that are my least favorite. You know what I mean? And like, I'm just like, wow, that means a lot, because those are the songs I wrote for myself. Like, I'm not saying that they're my least favorite, like, you know what I mean, like for that reason, but like my least favorite as like, I will click this one first. You know what I mean? That one would be like my 4th one. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I mean by that. So don't take that the wrong way. Like The Witch Beckons, for example, it's more of a death metal-y song, and it's about my eye disease. And I made it like a cool little witch story where like she's growing stars in my eyes and shit. It's really cool. If people read the lyrics, thanks. That's about my eye disease. But yeah.
I think you guys are doing a phenomenal job. This tour is living proof of that. What you guys did with Cattle in Europe is living proof of that. The fact, like I said at the beginning of this chat, every time I refresh the internet, you guys are on a new tour. It really showcases how much you guys have done for the scene and how much people really appreciate the music that you guys are doing. I just want to say thank you. I'm going to put all the dates in the description of this video. I'm going to put the information for the VIP.
Awesome.
Because that's happening as well. So you want to meet these guys and talk to them and maybe get some tips on your vocals.
We can also play Pictionary, eat crickets, and you get a bunch of cool stuff in a gift bag that's a double-sided satchel.
Did you say eat crickets?
Yeah, eat crickets.
Is that like a metaphor for something?
Absolutely not. We're just like, let's eat some fucking bugs, dude.
It's turning into, what was that show with Joe Rogan? Fear Factor.
Oh, hell yeah. But we got like so many flavors. We got like pumpkin spice, cotton candy, lasagna, I think Korean barbecue. There's so much good shit. They're great. Honestly, like I have to like fight myself from like picking at them while I'm like getting it ready every day.
If that's not reason enough to buy a VIP, I honestly don't know what is. So come and check out these guys. Once again, the dates will be in the description of the video, VIP information, all of that good shit. And come and see these guys on the road. See ya.